Out looking at wild orchids today. Fakahatchee strand. Wow.
You see this guy with the little leaves? Doesn't really look like much.
Yeah.
That's a really rare one.
So when it's bloomed, you would see it all the way out on the stem there.
No, this is a different species.
Okay.
This is the night scented orchid.
Yeah, okay.
It's this guy with the tiny leaves.
Oh, okay, that really tiny leaf one.
Yeah,
All
there's
right,
another
so-
one
Oh,
just
wow.
above it there.
I got this if you want to see
Neat.
What's it called again?
It's called Epidendrum strobilifera.
Is that what's growing right above it, about a foot too,
Yep,
Dennis?
that's another
Okay.
one there, yeah.
So it's mixed with the two. So do
Yes.
you frequently
Wow.
find
You do.
multiple? Okay,
Yep.
okay,
They share the mycorrhiza.
okay.
So yeah, like that's a species that no one would poach. 'Cause
I feel like those guys with Mike are going to get college credit at the end of this. I'm just listening to him.
Oh yeah, he's great when he really gets one.
I'm just smiling and looking at everybody and I'm thinking, wait, is Mike just over there talking to himself? Who's over there? I can hear him going on.
I
and on.
think April's over there.
You said April and
I was like, he might be like me and just over there rambling to himself.
Yeah, so this is the way it normally works out when he and I do swamp walks together. I go with the people who like to move, and the other people who want to be entertained stay with Mike.
Yeah, yeah. I like catching up and going back and forth.
Yeah.
Good Gibbons and James Ogden were herpetologists. One would sit there and look at everything and talk about habitats, and the other one like, where's the critter?
Anything larger, or is it?
Especially when the swamp's dry, everything walks around out here. There are the old logging trams, you know, the old railroad beds that they used to take all the trees out.
Yeah.
It's like a maze of high ground through the swamp, so everything uses that.
I walked the one back by the cabin. I go
Yeah,
back by the cabin.
that's
pretty cool.
the main north-south highway in the swamp, and I mean, it's common to see things like panther, you know, deer, bears, bobcats, otters, mink. You go further south in Fakahatchee down into the saltwater environment, American crocodiles, diamondback terrapins, manatees.
Pythons push out here yet? Or not?
Yeah, they're here, but they don't seem to be as numerous here as they are just across the street in Big Cypress.
This is more wet.
I don't know what the mechanism is that's keeping them from, exploding here. You know, I don't know how many thousands of people drive Jane Scenic, the route that we took today. Very, very few reports. Whereas, a similar stretch of road in Big Cypress, you're getting reports all the time.
They eating more wading birds?
I don't know.
Like there's significantly less wading birds over here. It seems, like the time that I've spent anyway, than over at the Big Cypress.
Here too. When the water starts dropping, you get all the ibis and
Uh-huh.
here too. Right?
Yeah, you do.
Okay.
And, we have some pretty good rookeries in Fakahatchee, too.
Mm-hmm.
Especially down off of 41. There's one in particular that's a pretty significant tricolor heron rookery.
right here.
And that's why it's important that they're collecting the data of what they're finding in the stomachs of these pythons and where they find them. So then we can start understanding, what are they eating the most, like then we can kind of determine, well, maybe this is why they're not in the Fakahatchee as much. It might just be a location factor as far as they haven't bred out this far, if it was coming from over in the east.
Could be.
See, this is where we get more detailed. Species of tree, pop ash. Miss Carolina. Ooh, there's a low one.
Yeah, there's a little one.
All right, so that's 7.7.
Gangster of science.
Right about 9 feet.
Yeah, he is.
3, 4 plus 5. 7, 7, and 9 feet on a pop ash. Then I'll get direction too. All right, so we have 2